Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. This is Dear Will Christian. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. You know what we're about to do. We got some stuff to talk about on today. This was kind of wild. This is kind of interesting. I think it definitely gives us an idea, if you will, on political strategy. I know, right? You don't tune into this show for political strategy, but I think this one's going to be a good one to talk about. Maybe kind of understand what is the strategy that is being used right here. But before we get into it, gotta make sure that the audio sounds good. I appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all stopping by. Looks like I got a good couple of people already stopped in. I appreciate you. Make sure you say, hey, say hi. Holler at your people when you come in. Make sure you speak and hit that like button as well. So you may not know, Dear Will Christian enjoys a good MMA match every now and then. And one of the things about mixed martial arts is there's so many different ways to win a bout. There's so many different ways. You can't be just a one-dimensional fighter. You can't just be a one-talent fighter because you're not going to do well in mixed martial arts because they expect you to be able to mix up the martial arts and the various fighting disciplines. So in your fight camp, in your training, you would want to have a boxing coach. You might have a Muay Thai coach or a kickboxing coach. Of course, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach, a wrestling coach. You could have a karate coach and all other different types of fighting styles. There's not a one fighting style to win them all. But one of the other things you really want is you want somebody that's able to break down your fighting methodology and your fighting strategy and tell you where you have holes in your fighting. We have holes in your skills and abilities. And you hear it all the time with football teams when they watch the tapes. And so you want to be able to have a coach on your team that's able to watch the tapes of your fighting style and give you suggestions and admonishments to your various and sundry coaches, but then also one that's able to watch your opponent's fight tapes and give you some assessments and give you some strategies, what to expect if they're if they're left-handed or right-handed, if they lean heavy on one foot over another foot, those kind of things like that. They're able to help you pick apart your opponent's fighting style so that you can hopefully be successful and bring back that W after you walk into the cage. It's pretty straightforward. Well, today is Monday, and so tomorrow is the 21st, and this is the election day when Fulton County will decide, will they vote for Fani Willis or will they vote for Christian Y. Smith to be D.A. of Fulton County? Pretty big deal. And something happened today that really got me scratching my head. So we're going to talk about it and kind of pull it apart a little bit and see if we can make some sense out of it and kind of use the strategies I was saying here. Look at it as a fight coach. Look at it as a advisor. Look at it as a strategist and just see, like, is this, what do you think about this? What is your overall assessment of this situation? And I think it's going to be interesting to hear what you all think. So before we get too far afield, good to see you, Q, in the building. Always good to see you. Discernment Files is in here. I appreciate you helping us discern right and wrong on this evening. So thank you so much for stopping by. I got Brianne up in here as well. Thank you so much. And I thank all of you all who are watching, just kind of spectating, adding your 2 cents. I appreciate you. Feel free to jump in. Don't be afraid. The live chat is the best live chat on the planet. So just jump on in. Feel free to jump on in there. Let us know who you are. Say hey to everybody. They won't bite. You got Susie Q right here. They all take care of you. They're going to take good care of you. So don't you even worry about it. So jump on in. Before we get too far afield, I do want to say, hopefully this week we got some good stuff we got some good traps out there this week. We got some good traps. And prayerfully, we're going to bring home a great haul. So just stay tuned. Keep your eyes on the community post. Keep your eyes on the Discord if you're in our Discord and such of that nature. Just keep your eyes out there because there's going to be some good stuff popping up. I really hope that I'm looking forward to sharing with y'all some great stuff this week. Just like this, we got Tawanda in the building. We got Retired in the house as well. MMCS Retired. Good to see you. I appreciate y'all. And if you didn't just jump in, we're going to be doing some strategy. We're going to talk about a strategy here for Christian Y. Smith, and let me know what you all think about it. And this could apply to a lot of different disciplines. I was only talking about mixed martial arts because I kind of like MMA, but you can use this applies in a lot of different areas. So even if you're not familiar with mixed martial arts or combat sports, you can see that this applies in a lot of different areas. So let's get ready to go. But before we do that, you know what we got to do.
3 of As the Peach Rots. In this engrossing third season, we marinate the fetor of Georgia's political elite in the tangy vinegar of accountability. In a state where the odor of mendacity lingers in the air, our intrepid team of chat room investigators is on a mission to peel back the layers of deceit and uncover the truth. From backroom deals to embezzlement scandals, no stone is left unturned in our pursuit of justice. But as tensions rise and alliances shift, who can be trusted in the Peach State? Join us for a season ripe with drama, where even the fruit isn't safe from corruption, because sometimes the juiciest scandals are right under your nose.
All right, so thank you so much. Let's look at today. Christian Y. Smith did a press conference here on Monday, the night before the election on the 21st. So he did a press conference today, the day before the election. And what did he say, Jason? I'm glad you asked. He laid out all of the various cases that are running against Fani Willis and all of the corruption and misgivings and misdealings that lots of us have pointed out. I know we've pointed out on this channel, and shout out to all the other channels that have been calling this out. And he asked Fani Willis to do something that I thought was really interesting the night before the election. And we're going to come there in a second. So I'm going to pull it in and we're going to just listen to it. It's about 6 minutes, give or take. I'm not going to stop a whole lot, but I just want you to hear this. And I want to kind of get your thoughts on this. What are you thinking about this as it relates to a strategy for victory? Because again, Christian Y. Smith is running, and he's run several times. He wants to be the DA of Fulton County. So he's done this before. He's run before. I just want to know, what do y'all think about this as a strategy for victory? So let's go.
Thank you for everybody here today. Thank you, Bashir, for those words. Thank you to the members of the media in attendance. And I will get straight to the statement. On May 15th, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis received a letter from the United States Senate highlighting her misuse of $500,000 for a youth empowerment and gang prevention center and $2 million for the sexual assault kit initiative. Instead, she spent those funds on traveling, airfare, hotels, rental cars, and conference expenses, leaving women alone in a vulnerable state of fear and depriving our youth of the resources that could help dismantle the school-to-prison pipeline. There have been several disturbing lawsuits filed against Fani Willis, including that of the ACLU for violating constitutional rights of people, leaving them incarcerated for too long without formal charges. This continues to serve as an issue in our already overcrowded jail, where several people have died because of the conditions there. This district attorney continuously raises red flags about misusing money intended to help protect us here in Fulton County for her own personal travel. In fact, she spent over $18,000 of her campaign funds on travel expenses, leaving me to debate an empty podium instead of showing up to answer the tough questions of the people of Fulton County. The role of the district attorney is to protect the community in which it serves, not to steal resources intended to help rape victims and our youth. We need to get the office back on track, protecting the families of Fulton County and ensuring that victims get the justice they deserve. We need to show up for our youth, not deprive them of the resources that can help change their lives for the better. In light of potential prosecution and disbarment, I respectfully ask Fani Willis to resign, effective immediately. Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna back that up because that was pretty gutsy. But I got some problems here. I got some problems with this. And I want to hear what you all think about that. So Brianne says, who does he think he is telling the truth like that? I agree. I agree. Who does he think he is? Who does he think he is? I want to know, what do y'all think about this idea of on the eve of election or the voting system, telling your opponent to resign? What are your thoughts on that? See, LCR says facts. Okay. All right. He wasn't lying, discernment file says. Got you. All right. Here's my problem with this. Nothing that Christian Y. Smith said was actually new. The only thing that was new was the Jim Jordan letter on the 15th of May. The being sued by the ACLU, the disbarment, the ethics, all those things were old hat. And I don't know if you know this, but we have early voting here in Georgia. And early voting started on April 29th, and it ended on last Friday, the 15th. Well, is it 15th? Yeah, it ended on last Friday. So why did he wait until literally the early voting is done? He should have been beating this drum all during early voting. He could have been doing this before early voting because none of the information was new except the Jim Jordan, and that would have only added icing to the cake. But now he's trying to bake the cake and try to put the icing on it at the same time. And I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think he's a bad person at all. I see somebody made a great point right here. I'm going to put a star by that. There we go. I don't think he's a bad person. I think it's right to call her out on this. The problem is, I don't think it's too little, too late. Because you've had the whole month of May. You should have been beating this drum insensibly. Like, I would even go back as far as the infamous debate, the Loudermilk debate. And the debate was very short. Most of y'all watched. I think we watched it together here on this channel. That debate was pretty short. If I was Christian, I would have said, hey, if y'all budgeted an hour for both me and Fani and it's only taking 15 minutes, what's the 45 minutes doing? Let's go. And I would have just answered questions, talked about my plans, so on and so forth. That's what I would have done. And utilize the opportunities that she's given you, these softball pitches that she gave you by not coming to the debate, by you giving more information. Utilize the opportunity when she doesn't come to town hall meetings or when she doesn't show up for a meet and greet to talk about what you're going to do differently. Why not? You've had better than a month since, early voting has been almost a month, forgive me. It's been definitely 3 weeks. Why not use that time effectively to do that? Because now on the eve, a lot of people have already voted. Here in Georgia, we're very used to going to early vote. So there are a lot of people that have already voted. So they're not going to change anything. And then people that maybe didn't hear this, maybe they didn't know what you said, Christian Y. Smith, they're not going to change their minds per se because you said this, an oppressor, on Monday morning, the day before the election. But this is the other, I didn't want to hear what you all say because I think there's even actually a greater problem that Christian Y. Smith has actually opened up. And I'll show you in a second. All right, what do we have here? Discernment file says he's not lying. I agree. That's backtracking on what he said on another talk show. I agree there. I do know. I think I know what you're talking about, Tawanda, but it definitely, actually, I think there's a bigger problem. I think he should have been doing this all along. It's a little bit too late. Sorry. There you go. Absolutely. I agree 100%. And keep in mind, he's a Democrat. He's actually left of Fani ideologically, and he's calling her out. That's not a good look for Fani, but we're going to talk about that as well. All right. I agree with what he said. Absolutely. Good to see you, Jarena, follower of The Way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Great content creator. Shout out to the moderators who already dropped her link in the chat. There you go. Great move, but it's a little too late. It's way too late. Sorry. Absolutely retired. I agree. Now, here's the problem. I think he's pulling out all of the stops. He knows he's up against an establishment candidate. He has nothing left to lose. Got you. I agree. I'm going to tell you why I think this might not be good, what he did. And y'all tell me what you think. Thanks, dear Woke. I wanted to donate to Judge McAfee, hoping he wins. There we go. Please check him out. I did a video earlier with Judge McAfee. He was interviewed by Judge Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown gave him a glaring, very favorable endorsement. So go check out that video. If the moderators could drop the link in the chat, that'll be great. Go check them out. Absolutely. And by the way, make sure you hit that like button. All right, so here it is. This is why I think it might be problematic that Christian Y. Smith did this. And the reason I say that is because this is only the primary. There will be a Democrat that rises tomorrow that will be the Democratic candidate for Fulton County D.A. The problem is there's a Republican candidate that's been warming up. She's been watching the tapes. Courtney Kramer has been watching the tapes. Courtney Kramer has been strategizing. Courtney Kramer has positioned herself to jump on whoever comes out of this thing unscathed tomorrow or comes out of this thing a victor tomorrow. So by Christian Y. Smith delineating all of Fani Willis' problems, now granted, they're not brand new, but he just outlined them very nicely and clearly and succinctly. And he's a Democrat and he's a black man. So he just laid it all out. So there's no way, there's no possibility that Fani Willis could use the race card against Christian Y. Smith. So then all Courtney Kramer needs to do is she needs to go ahead and grab his homework, pull it over here to her side and utilize it. So when Fani Willis uses the race card, she's going to look really ignorant because she didn't use the race card against Christian Y. Smith. All she needs to do is literally just read off what he just read right there. That's why I don't think he did. Again, if he loses, it is what it is, but I don't think it would be because of this. But I think he's given Fani Willis he's given Courtney Kramer, please forgive me, a huge, huge advantage over by laying this all out the day before. Now, I'm sure she probably already had working knowledge. I'm sure she already knew a lot of these things. As I said earlier, they're not new. The problem is it was a black man that said it. So now when Fani Willis uses her tried and true gender and race card, it's going to look really ignorant because a black man said it and you had no problems with it. So when she uses the Fani Willis race card on Courtney Kramer, it's going to look really dumb because Courtney Kramer is a white woman. It's going to look really dumb. So I don't know. I don't know what Christian Y. Smith was doing, waiting till the day before, because do you really expect her to pull out of the race today? Do you really think she would? Come on, let's think about that in all honesty. Do you really expect her to step out of the race today? And let's say, I think this came out at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Did you really think she was going to step out of the race and people are going to start voting in the morning? Like, what was your expectation? But even more than that, you gave Courtney Kramer, who's running unopposed as a Republican. So she will be the Republican candidate against Christian Y. Smith or Fani Willis. And now you've given her all that she needs. You've laid out the case for why Fani Willis shouldn't be elected, and you gave it to her opponent. Clear, very nicely, well packaged. Again, 3-ring bound, double spaced, the whole nine. You gave her a great term paper for her to turn in. All she got to do is put her name on it and turn it in. That's going to be interesting tomorrow. I mean, after tomorrow, whoever wins, who knows? Maybe it'll be Christian Y. Smith. That would be very interesting too. I don't know that it will be, but let's just say that it isn't. Let's say Fani Willis does come out of this a victor. Well, now she has all of these targets on her besides the very glaring ones that we already know. I mean, Christian Y. Smith laid out some very clear problems, and we'll go back and finish and watch the video and finish it up. But I just think that was interesting. I want to hear what you all think. So I see here, Team Kramer right there. Absolutely. Fani won. What do you mean by Fani won, Q? Did she already win? Fani isn't clearly playing a full deck. Only remaining cards are the race and gender. There we go. Fani got church backing on her. They don't seem to think that what she's doing is bad. Okay, I can dig that. Those are only 2 cards she's ever had, says Susie Q. I agree. Nah, she had that Joker in the deck till Wade was forced out. Y'all are hilarious. Well done, y'all. Well done. Y. Smith did say that he would also prosecute Trump alternatively for those ready to drop the odor of mendacity. Okay, I agree. I don't know, Q. I don't think Christian's going to beat her, But hey, I want to give him the benefit. Here, let's finish this up. I hope I did this right. More than likely I didn't. Let's see. Oh, he's taking questions. Cool, I got it right. Okay, cool. I have no idea what the question is.
Well, my hope is that justice prevails in that case, that the folks making a decision on that case make a decision based off the law. But I want to ensure all of the people of Fulton County that if I am elected district attorney, and if that case remains in the office when I take office, because my fear is that the case won't be in the office once I get there.
Okay, it sounds pretty clear like somebody asked him about the Trump case. That's what I'm thinking he's talking about, because he couldn't be talking about the YSL case because that's already in the process. So if the Trump case, he doesn't sound very confident that it's going to be in the office either, but let's let him finish up.
Then we will look forward on the best way to proceed on that case. I think the process going on right now answers that question, and we'll let the Court of Appeals decide whether or not her actions were inappropriate or even illegal.
Wow.
It's one day before the primary. Why did you wait until one day and ask
I'm sorry. Well, the information in this letter just became public this past week. And so here we are on Monday, as soon as we were able to call this out. We can't keep turning a blind eye to what's going on in that office. The chaos, the corruption. It's time for us in Fulton County to stand up and take our justice system back. It's time for us to stop overlooking the misuse of funds from public elected officials. It's time that we restore ethics, and it's time that we really stand up and value what we care about here in Fulton County. And that's us, the people of Fulton County, our families, our kids. We have the ability to do that through the justice system, and right now we aren't seeing that being done.
I'm going to also say this. As a strategist, I'm giving political strategy. So this is political strategies with Jason, okay? Fani Willis, like her or not, has charisma. She has panache that people can kind of gravitate toward. In my opinion, Christian Y. Smith needs to take a public speaking, charismatic class and just come across more likable. He seems extremely robotic. And now, granted, I'm not saying what he's saying is wrong. Not saying what he's saying is not true. I'm only saying the delivery and the method by which he's conveying the ideas don't resonate with people. And I'm just thinking maybe he should work on being a little bit less robotic, a little bit less formulaic, and a little bit more, again, charismatic, a little bit more likable, because he doesn't seem like a bad guy. He just doesn't come across as one that is, he doesn't draw you in to want to hear what he's saying. When every question that comes up, you're not like bated breath, like, oh, what is he going to say? I want to hear how he parses this out, so on and so forth. It sounds extremely formulaic. I just think he could do a better job. And that would be my little 2 cents. If Christian Y. Smith called me and said, Jason, I heard you're a fake political strategist, what should I do? I would say take some public speaking, get a little bit more loose, not like in your dress, but just in the presentation, and sweep people in to what you're talking about. I mean, I think he has a really interesting idea about preventing crime in Fulton County. Paint the picture, man. Paint the picture that causes people to get like, yo, whoa. Like there is a gang prevention building in South Fulton that was already purchased with money when Paul Howard was in office, and at the current moment is boarded up, fenced off, and nothing is going on since Fani Willis came into office. Why not? Why are you not doing your presser outside of that building? Imagine how gangster that would be. And you could point, like, we can help, and because you're talking about the money that Fani misused. So why not say this is a building that she could have been using that money? It's very easy, Christian Smith, to draw all that in and create a beautiful picture that people can be like wowed about and mesmerized and walking around the campus and be like, yeah, this could be a place that could stop little Ray Ray from breaking into my house. Yeah, man, this could be a place that could prevent crime. Like, wow, okay, I'm kind of seeing your vision. Bruh, come on, man. DearWokeC@gmail.com, Christian Y. Smith. I am a conservative. I'm a Christian, and I'm going to push back on a lot of your ideas, but my goodness, in the morning, I can help you here. Let's finish.
I'll just say that if you serve as an elected official, you are supposed to be transparent about all of your dealings. It's called public service, not private service. Everything you do, you have to make sure that the public, they trust what you're doing and they know what you're doing. Members of the community should see you out, visible and engaged. You are a member of the community in which you serve. So they should be transparent about everything that they've done through her administration and hide nothing.
Now, I'm going to call, okay, I know. I'm a contrarian. I know. Do you all remember when Fani Willis sat in that interview and said that the people of Fulton County deserve a DA that won't have relationships and won't date people that work under them? Do y'all remember that? In the chat, if y'all remember that interview, just drop a yes if you remember that, when Fani Willis said that. Do y'all remember that? I think this light is bright on me too, by the way. Turn it down. Okay, that's a little better. I like that. All right. If y'all do remember that, just drop a yes in the chat if you remember when Fani Willis said, people of Fulton County, blah, 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 blah. All right. I can't prove it, but I think she was dating Nathan Wade when she said that. And there was a Freudian slip when she said it that has cued me off. And I talked to somebody today and they say, yeah, you're right, that she said something in that little diatribe. Maybe I will do a video on that. Maybe I'll pull it up and kind of see if y'all catch it as well. But the reason I bring that up is while she was saying that, she was actually dating that man. Okay. She was involved in a relationship, allegedly, with a married man. At the time she was saying the people in Fulton County deserve a DA that won't be having relationships with the people under him. And she was the one doing it. Crazy, right? The reason I say that is because I need Christian Y. Smith to really make sure that he sweeps around his door, under the doormat, washes the doormat, take the doormat to the dry cleaners. Make sure that house is spotless. Don't say these kind of things and you yourself are not going to be transparent. You yourself are going to be dealing dirty. Because again, I don't know, Christian Y. Smith, I don't know if you've dealt with $500 million budget. I don't know if you've ever dealt with that. I don't know if you've dealt with some of the things that Fani Willis has been dealt with, and she clearly fell and capitulated under it. I do think you need to be super duper duper careful when you're calling out people, because again, Fani Willis was doing dirt and she was calling out Paul Howard for his dirt, or allegedly his dirt. I just think it was interesting he would say that. But let's finish this up.
If there are no more questions, I would say everybody in Fulton County vote for Christian Y. Smith for District Attorney tomorrow, May 21st. Thank you for everybody for paying attention to these important issues. And thank you for the people standing with me here today. They are family, they are friends and loved ones. And thank you to all of you for being here for such an important issue. Thank you.
Again, I really think somebody said it, and it's right here. No, that's the gang building comment you made. No, there was a really good comment. People that lack charisma are too mysterious for public office elections. That's my point. Like, I disagree with Christian Y. Smith on a lot of his ideology, but I like to see a good scrap. I like to see a good fight. So even if I disagree with the fighter or I don't like that boxer, that doesn't mean I don't want to see a good fight, and I want to see a good scrap. That being the case, I think Christian Y. Smith would do himself a major, major service by taking a public speaking, working on his charisma. Matter of fact, I know it sounds crazy, learn stand-up comedy. Learn stand-up comedy. Learn how to be a stand-up comedian. Because you got to be very good on your feet. You have to think quickly and the whole nine like that. I mean, maybe Christian Y. Smith should take a 6-week stand-up comedy course. I know that sounds crazy, but because he comes across too formulaic. He comes across, I got some ideas that I want to say and I want to get them out, and that's it. I'm not going to go any further. I'm not going to embellish. I'm not going to add more flavoring and more color to the situation. I'm just going to tell you what I wrote down, tell you what I memorized, and that's it. No, be creative, be more spontaneous, be more engaging that draws people in, because you can connect with the people. Again, you could have did that presser anywhere. You could have did that press conference anywhere. What if you did it outside of a bank, talking about the fiduciary responsibilities of the DA and how Fani Willis has violated her trust? What if you did it outside of a school? What if you did your presser outside of the school? What if you did that? What if you did that to demonstrate and to show that you're concerned about the schools in Fulton County, or an area that has because where they were right there didn't look like it was a crime-ridden area. Maybe it was. I don't know. It didn't look like it was. But why not do it somewhere where you can like really connect and draw in? Like, oh my gosh, there's a bullet casing on the ground. Yo, is that a body? Like that kind of stuff where people like really like, man, this is what I want to fix. We're right here in the middle of this burned out building. And the reason I'm here is because I want to fix these problems. Or how about you did it from the jail? How about you do it from the parking lot of the jail? And you're talking about how the jails are overflowing, or how there's 300 men in this jail, 300 people in this jail that have not been indicted and they've been in here for 6 months at least, or a year at least. There's 300 of them in there. And I'm coming to rescue them out of there, at least get them a court date so they know what they're in there for. Again, that would be a beautiful example and really way to shade it in and help people like, oh, I can understand it. But guess what? Christian Y. Smith chose to do this the day before the election. I don't know why. He could have been doing this because all of this stuff he's been talking about is old, except the Jim Jordan stuff. But I don't think that, of course, sure. But I think we all kind of knew that Fani Willis was shirking off Jim Jordan before. So it's not really new. Sure, it is new, but let's leave it alone. I hope that made sense. All right, let's see what I got. I'm not a Fani fan, no pun intended, but she is going to eat him alive. He has zero confidence, in my opinion. That's what I'm saying. Like, he can convey more confidence because, again, he has ideas that are. He seems to be connected with the ideas. They're not just ethereal, ninth tier, talking about the plebes that are way down below him. He does seem to understand the people, in my opinion. Why not connect with the people better? That's all. He cannot do that in the steps of Big Bethel. Why not? Like, why not get a church to endorse him? Like, why not? Why not ask them to, why not challenge the pastors of Big Bethel by standing outside and saying, why are these pastors, here you go, Texas, transplant, here you go. Stand outside of Big Bethel and say, the pastors that stood on here with Fani Willis won't support me, and I want to do more to help people that look like them. Bang. Christian, dearwokec@gmail.com. Holla at your boy. I am a conservative. I am a Republican. So therefore, we're going to have some problems. But we can knuckle up to it over some wings, and we can figure it out. I'm here to help you, my guy. Or Courtney Kramer, holla at your boy. I'm a gun for hire. There we go. I'm appalled at her church members saying they know she had a relationship with a married man. Wait, what church member? Somebody else said that? Oh. That's it. Come on, Yahshua. How about doing at the steps of the youth center where it never opened and is padlocked? That's my point. I just said it. I got a real bad feeling. You know what? Here we go. If Christian Y. Smith gets 15% of the votes, 15, I got to get 20. If Christian Y. Smith gets 20% of the votes on this Friday, or if he wins, that's absolutely. If Christian Y. Smith, hold me to it, Q. If Christian Y. Smith gets 20% of the votes, I am going to go and do a live stream from the youth center down there in Fulton County, because I know where it is. I got the address. I was going to go down there anyway. I was going to go down there on Saturday, but I'm going to go there on Friday and do a live stream from the youth center. It's crazy. And we'll talk about it. I mean, I think, hey, I will do it. Absolutely. I'm already going to get caught up on Rico. Hold on. Rico. I could barely hear that, Jason. I don't want to hear that. Rico. All right. So you going to hold me to it? Q, hold me to it. He doesn't know how to play the political game yet. That's my point. Play this game. Play to your strength. And if I feel his strength is that he was a child of a single parent. I think his mom and grandma were raising him and they had problems. So he's been in the system. His parents his mom and them have been in jail. He's definitely the first to go to college, first to graduate, first to go to law school. I mean, he's got a lot of firsts in his tank. Play off of those. Play off of those. Come on. Christian Y. Smith, you can hire me and Shara. We will be your strategists to help you put your brand out there the next time you run. There you go. DearWolkC@gmail.com. Make sure you holler at me. I will absolutely help you. I'm still going to root against you when Courtney Kramer goes, but at least it'll be a good fight. I like a good scrap. So if that helps Courtney fight better, then that's what I want. I want a good scrap. If that means that Fani's going to have to gird up her loins to fight against Courtney Kramer, I want to see a good scrap. That's all I want. How's it not constitutional? Wait, I'm sorry. How is it constitutional to not charge people and to just keep them in jail? Where are the public defenders or lawyers? Fani was supposed to be hiring them, his servant. That's part of the problem. That's why she's getting sued by the ACLU. It's because she wasn't doing that. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like, I don't understand it either. We are all at a loss. I know I'm at a loss. Like, I have no idea. Why is this not a thing? Okay, keep this going. Good point, DWC. Thank you. See, I'm about to be a political strategist next week. Jason for DA, come on. If watching Law and Order gets you qualified to be a DA, I'm your guy. Otherwise, you probably want somebody at least can spell lawyer. I'm just saying. Because I'm always like, LAWYR. Okay, yeah. I'm that guy. All right. Yeah, hold me to it. If Christian Y. Smith tomorrow gets at least 20% of the vote, and I'll even round it if it's reasonable. If it's like 18.7, we're going to round that to 20, okay? If it's like 3, not going to happen. But if it's like 18.7, we're going to round it. If it's more than 20, I don't know. I might even eat at the varsity for y'all. I don't care. That is a lie. I'm not going to eat the varsity. It's never going to happen. All right, let's see what I got. Oh, no. Oh, no. For real, Kenya? You just go, Kenya. That's not even 1%. Come on now. Y'all, put Kenya in the chat. Tell Kenya to be, Kenya. I'm giving the guy that. Come on now. I just think he needs to connect with people better. I think he just needs to connect. Man, that hurt my heart there. She gonna buy a G. She gonna buy a G a Grey Goose. Courtney Kramer, are you listening to some of these strategy tips? I hope so. Courtney Kramer, DearWolkC@gmail.com. Holla at your guy. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm just saying. I hate it when people make me agree with. I mean, really, what kind of world are we in that I'm literally over here rooting for Christian Y. Smith? I don't know how we got here. How did we get here? I'm siding with the ACLU. The world has gone upside down. We are now in bizarro world. Hold on, let me turn the camera on. Hold on, get this guy in. We are now in bizarro world. I don't know how we got here. All right, let's see. Simple. The public pretenders work hand in hand with the prosecution. I just found out mine lied to me a decade ago, and I'll have to get a presidential pardon if I want to get my rights back. What? Wow. Why is this font so small? I got a lot of problems here. Man, James, that is wild. Man, thank you for sharing that, man. Thank you. I think this looks good. There we go. That was better. That's a little better. That's what I wanted. Yeah, can you give the guy a chance? Give the guy a chance. Give him a chance. The ASLU isn't all bad, just 99.999% bad. There you go. And we can't round that up, though, either. We can't. All right, let's go. Bizarro world indeed. So, yeah, I just thought this was a very interesting. I wasn't clear on the strategy. I'm like, well, do you honestly expect? Because, I mean, it's fair to say most people feel like Fani is going to win. So is your strategy for her to, being the heavyweight champion, the night before the fight, just give up the championship? I don't know if that would work. And abandon the belt, like literally not go in the ring and just actually knuckle up and actually compete. I don't know. That one doesn't seem like a good, I don't know what the strategy was. And so my point in this is, I'm wondering if Christian Y. Smith realized that he served up to Courtney Kramer a great deal of possible ways for her to win. So she might already had a toolbox of victory strategies, but now Christian Y. Smith just laid out several of them pretty clear. And I don't know if he realized that. I think he should have stuck with what he knew, what he could do rather than what Fani hasn't done. But why do it the night before the end? He should have been doing this or not done it at all. That's what I probably should have said like that. I don't know why he did that for the life of me. I don't know. Now, if you do like this kind of content, by the way, I do want to say I got almost 100 people watching, which is super dope. I'm so glad that you all are enjoying this. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If you don't mind, there's a button that looks like a thumb. If you could hit that thing, just touch it. Just give it a little tap. And it really lets me know that you like what I'm doing. And it says, hey, Jason, you can keep doing this kind of stuff. I approve. Now, maybe, just maybe, you might say, Jason, I don't approve. And I don't like that kind of stuff. And you might say, Jason, it's not my jam at all. You know what? Just hit that thumbs up button like 3 times. Just hit it 3 times. And it's sort of, it does the same thing. But anyway, I appreciate it. So, all right, what we got here? Some good people popping in. Fani is making us do this, side with the ACLU and root for Christian Y. Smith. I mean, really, we're in Bizarro world. We are now in Bizarro world. I'm just saying. I don't understand how we got here. I don't know how we get out. What is that? We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. I'm over here clicking my heels and nothing's happening. We're stuck in Bizarro world. How about if he was to propose an every 4-month progress report, transparency to the citizens of Fulton County to evaluate his work in office? Okay, I like the idea. I like it. All it's going to take is to not be able to do it, and therein is the problem. If this Yeshua is Lord, if you and I were on, and Shar were on the strategy team, I would say plan to do this when you get in office. Don't tell anybody, though. Don't tell anybody. Because if something happens, and let's just say, like realistically, you get in the office and you're like, man, this place is crazy. We can't get anything done in 4 months. There's no way. Then you already broke your promise. And people might have really gravitated toward that promise. And they might be like, yeah, we're expecting this in 4 months. So is this May, June, July, August, September? We're expecting this on, September 3rd. And you're like, yeah, we can't do that. This is crazy. Now you're in trouble. You know what I mean? But if you say, hey, between the team, hey, I really would like to give a progress report on where we are. This is how much money we were getting in and so on and so forth. Can we make that happen? Like, okay, we can try our best and maybe we can get it done in 5 months. Or maybe it's not going to be as robust a report. But that way, at least we didn't promise it to the people. So that's like the under promise, over deliver versus the over promise. And boy, you better hit it. Otherwise you're in trouble. That would be my only, not even pushback. That'd be my only change of the plan. But I think the plan is actually kind of cool. But you also got to remember, it don't sound like this office is well run right now. So I wouldn't plan anything. I would plan to come in there with a whole bunch of garbage bags, a big old dumpster, respirators, hazmat suits, because it's going to probably be just a dump of foolishness that seems like that's the Fulton County DA's office. That's just my 2 cents. I just don't think the voters who are connected like us are even aware of who Christian Y. Smith is. I got to say, I think you're right, because I don't live in Fulton County. I live in Cobb County. If you do a search of Georgia, I live northwest of Fulton County. I've seen Fani Willis signs in my community. I've seen it right there by the highway. And I've seen Fani Willis signs. I have gone into the city of Atlanta, which is in Fulton County, and I have not seen Christian Y. Smith signs. Now, that doesn't mean they're not somewhere else. And trust me, I don't be traipsing all around Fulton County, because y'all know your boy. Rico. I don't need to get up on them Rico charges, but I haven't seen a sign of his. And again, I haven't gone all over the place. I admit, I just ride in, put my right foot in, put my right foot out, okay? But I still haven't seen any signs for Christian Y. Smith in Cobb County. I live in Cobb County. I see Fani Willis signs quite a bit. It's kind of a joke. Like, there's a Fani Willis sign. What the heck is that over here for? But I don't see any Christian Y. Smith signs over here. And when I've gone into Fulton County, I've seen Fani Willis signs, but I don't see any Christian Y. Smith signs. He is smart enough to have done that just to take the race gender card away from Fani. Okay, I can dig that. I can dig that. I'm working with you. I'm tracking with you. Do you want to join us on our political strategy team? I'm starting a consortium. It's going to be Yeshua, Shara, myself. We need another person. You want to join us? Retired? Let's go. Away from Fani. I don't think the guy well enough to know that. I don't know the guy well enough to know that. I think there could be some legs behind that for sure. I'll give you that. Thanks. Etai said, I smashed the button before I start running my gator. I love it. Thank you so much. All right. You're right. I don't live in Fulton County. Yeah, I don't know. That was wild. And also, and this is a service heart. And also, if he was so concerned, why not speak up about it when he came to the surface? It's obviously he's using it only to make himself look good. I can totally see that. I'm with you right there. I'm with you 100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if he had done this again, like early voting just ended. Like, you should have been doing this at the cusp of early voting. I would make a noise about everything that she does and how I'm going to do it better. Oh, she's wasting money. I got a 9-person accounting firm ready to go. Oh, she doesn't do the grants right. I'm communication with the grant writers. We have a dedicated grant office in my department. We're going to be taking care of. I mean, even though there should have been as far as I know, not going to say there is a grant writing team that's responsible for that. So when Fani Willis is telling Jim Jordan she's got to do all of this to bring together all the information, that's not true. There's an actual team, an office that is responsible for that. And there's no reason for that. So I think if I were Christian Y. Smith, again, a strategy, we got to come up with a strategy sound effect. Here we go. Strategy time with Jason. I would say, hey, everything she's doing wrong, I would just show the counter of that. Just show the counter. Oh, you're using grant money to buy this, that, and the third that you shouldn't be buying. Here's my solution to that. Oh, you want to do gang and whatever prevention? Here's my solution to that. Or you're not doing gang and whatever prevention? Here's my solution. Again, call her out on the backlogs, on the mysterious backlogs that happened. Ask her to answer. Like, put that out there to the people. How did she get rid of backlog, but she didn't hire new attorneys? Ask the question. Because if you don't know the answer, ask the question. All right, let's go. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Good to see you, friend. Grace and peace. Good to see you. Everybody, look at this. Look at this. When she comes in the building, folks saying shout outs, people giving shout outs. You know why? Because this is the best live chat in the entire galaxy. Meet me outside if you disagree. Meet me out there. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying. I'm a political strategist, and this coffee is really hitting me in my brain. And just in case you were wondering, this coffee is really good. Yeah, her ads, Kenya says, are all over the metro area on V103 all day. Sigh. Now, I don't listen to the radio, but I can totally believe that they are. Fani has that money. Well, that's fine. And you can have the money to run a very good training camp in, going back to my mixed martial arts example. You could have the money to have all of the coaches, all of the nutritionists, all of the strategists necessary. The problem is all that stuff goes out the window once you get in the ring and somebody punches you in the face. So I think that's why Fani Willis did not debate him. I tell you that before. I don't think she's a strong debater. My name is Jason, dearwokec@gmail.com. If you want to argue with me, Fani, I will gladly make my case why I don't think you're a strong debater and public speaker. Every speech I've heard her do is a monologue. She's speaking out to people. And if you go back to the church speech on the church steps, she actually looks irritated. She looks a little bit perturbed with the fact that the pastor came up and said, oh, she did a great job. Are there any questions? She didn't look like she wanted questions. And I don't think she's good at speaking off the cuff, taking a question, processing it, synthesizing it, and giving back an answer that satisfies that question completely and totally. I don't think she's able to do that, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think I'm pretty right. Just saying. That Black Girl Magic has them Fani signs in Cobb County. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know why, but yeah, I've seen them. Fani has a mattress at home stuffed with the taxpayers' money. I'm an actual marketer, but I'm not giving my talents to that sweet baby and his 500 votes. Kenya, stop it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Help me market my podcast studio. How about that? And how about, can you help me with that? How about that? I got more than 500 votes, I think. Help a brother out. Help me out. That'd be great. I'm really praying for an idea. All right. She said he has 500 votes. I'm sorry. That thing is still hitting me. It's the coffee and Kenya's comment. They're both hitting me simultaneously. All right, let's see. I'm with you there. Point out what's wrong and what's the solution or plan to fix it. That's it. Like literally, oh my goodness, if you're familiar with Atlanta, there's a place called the Underground Atlanta. It used to be an underground mall, and it's in the middle of downtown. Downtown is rank with homelessness, drug use. It's not as bad as like a Philadelphia, New York, but it's not good. It's not good at all. What if he had done that right there from underground Atlanta and talked about his plan to revitalize this area? It used to be a tourist trap for the ages. We used to walk there from Morehous. Like that's how, it's easily like 4 or 5 good miles from Morehous. And we used to walk there when I was in college. Trust me, you would not see me walking there now, for sure. Let me find out real quick. Now I want to know. Oh, and by the way, I am not going to go on a rant about Joe Biden receiving an honorary doctorate from Morehouse College. I've prayed. I've gotten over it. I'm done with it until tomorrow. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to rant about that anymore. So have no fear. Anybody's worried about me ranting, I am not going to rant about that anymore. Today, at least. All right, let's see. Morehouse College, how far is it from the Underground Atlanta? But yeah, like what if he had done his presser from the underground. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. There's an underground in North Carolina, and guess how I just found that out? Hey, it's Lady Dear World Christian. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're going to answer the beautiful misses. I don't know how to mute my... Hold on one second. Hold on one second, babe. Don't say anything. Hold on one second. 1 second, baby. Where's my mic? There we go. Okay, so the point that I was making, underground Atlanta is exactly 1.6 miles from the Atlanta University Center. Christian Y. Smith could use the AUC or the underground Atlanta or downtown Atlanta and just shellac. And again, he might not win still. Kenya said he got 500 votes, but at least he will show. I was on the phone with my wife. That's why. Some people said I was muted. You can't hear me. I was on the phone with my wife. I'm trying to not send my wife and kids to voicemail when I'm on call. So I said, I'm gonna answer the phone right now. So that's why it was muted. She was just telling me how wonderful of a husband I am and all that kind of good stuff. So, I got to let her regale me and talk great to me. All that kind of stuff. I'll let that go. So, but my point again is I think Christian Y. Smith could do a good job of better strategizing. Holla at your boy. I am a Republican. I am a Christian, so I am going to have to tighten you up on a lot of your ideology. But come on, man. Come on, join us over here, man. It's all cool. It's all good, my guy. This is a great question. Michelle said, I'm assuming you mean Fani. I mean, short of there being a spiritual intervention, I don't see how Christian Y. Smith is going to beat her. She has, somebody mentioned it, she has an establishment. She has the backing of the lukewarm, loosey-goosey, Atlanta must be stopped, Christian base, has zero problem with anything that she does, which is crazy, which is bananas, but I digress. So your point is, I think, I don't see how they can unseat her at this point. I really don't. Now, Courtney Kramer, that's a whole nother game. And we will come back and we'll have another mixed martial arts, combat sport analogy video where we'll compare them. Because I really hope that, please let them get into a debate. I got to have them in a debate. Because I want to see if I'm right about Fani and her debate abilities. Because at this moment, my name is Jason, and I don't think Fani Willis can speak off script. I'm saying that, and I mean that. I don't think she can speak off script. I don't think she's able to have a contentious conversation where it's not scripted. Catch me outside if I'm wrong. Catch me outside if I'm wrong. I'll meet you right out there at Whitaker Park. We can knuckle it up or whatever like that. But I don't think she's able to do it. I don't. And so therefore, I think if Courtney Kramer is a better strategist and debater, and I don't think you have to be a great debater, you just got to be a good listener. So if she's able to listen and, again, take in the information, synthesize it, and repackage the answer to make sure you satisfy the question that was initially asked, she's going to shellac her. I'm just saying. Because I've watched entirely too many Fani Willis videos and too many of her speeches. She's not able to do that. I'm going to stand on that one. As the kids like to say, I'm going to stand on business. She's not able to do that. She's not. She loves to have a monologue where she's talking to somebody. And even when she's being interviewed, it's uber softball. It's major, major softball. You don't have a contentious, she's not going to Fox. She's not going to Dear Woke Christian. She's not going somewhere where they can honestly say, you know, that you're full of crap, right? You know, that's mess you're talking about right there, right? Nobody's doing that to her. They're all regaling over her and whatever. No, she needs somebody who's going to push back. And therefore, I hope Courtney Kramer is ready to do that. I mean, I don't know if I thought Christian Y. Smith would do it, but I thought it would be a good look, a good opportunity. Because I've been thinking this for a while. But when she didn't come to the debate with Christian Y. Smith, that's when I said, she doesn't like debating. Okay, let's get in this thing. Let's see what we got here. Is that Juan Santiago? He says that the Democrat machine is amazing. It is amazing, but it can be derailed. I'm just saying, it can be derailed if you're willing to stand on truth and be an honest and fair dealer. I think that's where the Democratic and even the lukewarm Republican machine starts to get gummed up, when you're willing to say exactly what you think and leave it alone. How do you know that, Jason? Where are you getting that from? Look at how people respond to Candace Owens. Candace Owens, and I say this all the time, she gets people because she says what she believes and she doesn't give a lot of sugarcoat. And I tell people her economy of words is very, very low. She just says it and then she's done. And people don't like that because she doesn't give a lot of nuance and shade and all that kind of stuff. And that's what derails people. That's what gets them all in their feelings and gets them all hot and bothered and start, clutching their pearls and all that kind of stuff like that. So back to Fani, I would love to see somebody challenge her like that, really push her in a debate. Preferably they will have some real debates. Whoever comes out of this, even if Christian Y. Smith comes out of it, I want to see good debates. I want to see some good debates. All right, let us continue. Let's keep this thing going. Christian Y. Smith needed to be in full throttle the entire campaign season. Stop. Full stop. That's the gospel right there. That's it. We can pass the plate. Let's go ahead and get ready to do the benediction. Let's get out of here because the gospel's been preached. He didn't come out as strong as he needed to be. She had too many people in her pocket. Those are 3 different ideas and concepts, Shara, that I think all of them deserve at least a 5-minute discussion. Because I don't think he came out very well. But I think, as I said before, everybody has something that they're really good at. It's called your wheelhouse. I don't know what your wheelhouse is. Matter of fact, drop it in the chat. What is your wheelhouse activity? What's something that, man, you could wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and you could do it without even batting an eye? There's 3 things that I know I can do. If you woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I could do. I can fire up my big green egg and I can cook you a fantastic meal. You put something heavy on my back, I can pick it up. I can pick it up, heavy things. And lastly, I can talk. It don't take much for me to wake up in the morning and start talking. All right. As I've gotten older, I like to slow down a little bit and get myself together in the morning. But if you woke me up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I could talk. I can fire up my green egg and I can lift up heavy things. It's a reality. But everybody has their own wheelhouse thing. I personally think if Christian Y. Smith rounded out his wheelhouse, being able to convey ideas with a lot of passion and drive and encouragement, and adds value to people, that people like buy in and people's eyes like, wow, okay, yeah, we can do that. That's all it takes. If he could do that, he would have been DA. Let me say it like that. He would have probably been DA. Even though there's a lot of back dealings, there's a lot of machinery going on. I think Santiago said it earlier. There's a machine. Yeah, there's a lot of machine going on, but I think that's it. And Eton said, yeah, Fani talks down to people. She can't see you as an equal. I now have spoken to several people who've had very intimate conversations with Fani. She doesn't like people like that. And she doesn't respect people like that. dearwokec@gmail.com if you got a question, comment, concern. So that being the case, she wouldn't see you as an equal. She would just act out of pocket and probably say something ridiculous. That's just my little 2 cents. So that's what I think would end up happening. But I'm looking forward to a good debate between hopefully Fani and Courtney Kramer. That would be dope. And hopefully Courtney Kramer is gearing up so that Tuesday night, tomorrow night, she comes out full throttle with a banger political ad, banger website, the whole nine. Preferably her team is already working on it. They've worked all the bugs out. And once that thing goes, literally all of her signs pop up everywhere and she goes at it hard in the paint all the way to November. She'll slack her. And again, she can take my ideas. Courtney, I've just laid out the ideas. You're welcome to them. Just give me a little shout out. Give me a little shout out. Say, hey, shout out to that crazy guy that's yelling in his office or yelling in his studio. Shout out to that guy up there in Marietta. You don't have to use my name. Somebody said something about Joycelyn Wade, I think. Yeah, Joycelyn's legal team has seen the checks and proven he isn't broke and has more coming in. What are we talking about? I need some money. Y'all got something for your boy? Where are we at? I feel like I saw another comment about Joycelyn. How do we get on Joycelyn? What's going on with Joycelyn? Y'all might have been talking while I was on the phone with Lady Dear Will Christian. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, can you know about the underground? Absolutely. I thought I saw another comment about Joycelyn. Retired says, I remember when Underground Atlanta was nightclubs and dancing. Even had a donkey down there for photo ops. I don't remember the donkey. Yeah, no speaking badly about your fellow Morehous brother. Oh, no, Shara. Oh, it's too soon. Oh, it's too early for that, Shara. Oh, I know what you mean. Oh, that's low down, Shara. That's low. Y'all, put Shara in 1 second timeout. How dare you? Oh, man. Oh, that hurt my soul. That hurt me deep down. That cut deep. Oh, my gosh. All right. Miss C. Owens is a great speaker. I hope not. Transplant in Texas said, do you think when Fani wins, do you think she'll be able to skip debates with Courtney Kramer? I hope not, but this is it. Let's say that she does. Courtney Kramer, in my opinion, let's say it's the louder milk debate. They budget 1 hour per category. So the DA debate should have been 1 hour if Fani Willis had come. But it was really like 15, 20 minutes long because Fani Willis wasn't there. So if Courtney Kramer's smart, Courtney, take notes. Courtney's team, write this down. They already budgeted 60 minutes. If Fani Willis stands you up on the debate, you demand to use the whole 1 hour and you just talk about your plans. That's it. And you talk about the deficiencies. You talk about this is how we're going to fix, because it needs to no longer be ethereal. It can't just be like Biden yesterday at Morehous saying he's going to get $23 billion to HBCUs. Y'all are a whole bunch of stir-fried fools if you believe that. There's 161 HBCUs. I don't know what the math is on $23 billion shared between 161 schools, but whatever it is you are a fool if you believe that. But I digress. So nobody actually asked the question like, hey, how does that work? How do you give $23 billion to 161 entities? That's a lot. That's a lot of money, guy. So nobody's asking those kind of smart questions. Now back to Courtney Kramer. So what she should do is if Fani Willis stands her up on a public debate or public discourse or town hall meeting, use all of the time to talk about the deficiencies in Fulton County that you plan to resolve. For example, if she decides that she's not going to meet you for a public debate at wherever you're going to go, then you have a presser outside of the courthouse, outside of the Fulton County Jail, and just talk about how many men are being held hostage in there and that you're going to rescue them. Derek Nabbit, put a cape on and run around like Wonder Woman and say you're going to rescue the prisoners in the Fulton County Jail. Make a fool of Fani. That's it. DearWokeC@gmail.com. I'm a political strategist by day. No, I'm not. Anyway, just straighten it out. There you go. If he was to use scripture against her conduct, guaranteed people will listen. There you go. But even in that, the application of it, because see, Fani likes to use scripture too. And them slewfoot, knock-kneed pastors that were standing behind her, they alleged to use scripture too. We know Jamal Bryant do. But at the end of the day, what's the application of it? And all Christian Wise Smith would need to do is show the application of it. It's loving your neighbor, not to lie on them and hold them hostage. I mean, why not call it man stealing? You're stealing these people and holding them hostage in here without giving them a proper trial. These people are going to be let go. We're dropping it because we can't keep them in there. That's wrong. That's man stealing. Make her answer for it. Why is it, Fani, that you're okay with man stealing? Why are you okay with that? I don't understand why you're okay with it. Can you please explain this to us? We're all ears. DearWokeC@gmail.com. This coffee was really good, y'all. I don't know what this stuff is, man. This stuff is on time. This stuff, man, I have no idea. That stuff is kicking like Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly. What's going on, Patrick? You saw me on Fighting for the Faith. Man, those guys, I love the team over at Fighting for the Faith. They are the gift that keeps on giving. I talked to Joshua last week. I love those guys. They're great. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you for sure. Thank you for joining the best live chat on the planet. Absolutely. Prophecy bingo. That was the best. We had so much fun on that. That should have been illegal, how much fun we had. I'm going to tell you right now, Chris Roseborough would be so smart to release the unedited versions of those videos because they're so crazy. They're so crazy. Like, it takes a long time to shoot that thing, by the way. It took like 3 hours, okay? So that's already a lot. So just a 3-hour video is ridiculous. Some of the stuff that happens in there. It's crazy. Okay. Fani ain't debating nobody. I don't think so. I don't think that she's a strong debater. Again, my name is Jason, DearWokeC@gmail.com. I live in Fulton County, and I say that Fani Willis cannot debate. She can't. She can't. I'm just saying. It is almost like it's laughable because you're an attorney. You should be able to do that stuff and parse through that. I don't know. I don't know where she went to law school. I don't know what her grades were. All I know is she loves to do soliloquies and monologues. She wants to talk and pontificate and not be pushed back on and such like that. And you know what she says a lot of time?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, let's go. All right, let's see. Did Shara get put in timeout again? What did Shara do this time? I don't see her. Y'all might have really put her in timeout. What y'all do to Shara? She probably deserved it, though. I'm sure. She's been wilding out. Okay, there we go. I see her. She's there. Timeout had to allow me to reflect on my actions. Think about your actions. There you go. Jamal Bryant had so many affairs that Fani's affair is a drop in the bucket for him. How can anybody listen to him anymore? Some of these pastors are disgusting and people still support them. I love that, Sarah. Please check out Chris from All Things Theology. And Chris and I talk on a regular basis, probably once a day, or definitely in text message and such of that nature. And he's doing a review of, I think, the most recent sermon that Jamal Bryant has done. And he just told me, like, Jason, this thing is so bad. So, but let me explain why Jamal Bryant is a real thing. Jamal Bryant is a real thing because people don't love God. That's it. They don't want truth. They want fast food. They want greasy, hyper salted, overly saturated with high fructose corn syrup, GMO food, not even food, slop that's passed off as food. They don't want food. They don't want like real food. They want whatever it is that you're peddling. And that being the case, Jamal Bryant has built up a steady community of people that love the slop that he puts out there. And that's what it is. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just slop. Jamal Bryant is a member of the class of 94. I think this might have been his reunion year as well. He's definitely a Morehouse man of, I think, 94, 95. And I'll say it out loud to his face. He's a horrible pastor. He's not a pastor. He is what's called a hireling. He's a public speaker that is in a building using the Bible. That's it. Man, we are here to cause trouble today. Oh, D, I can't even put this up here. We don't talk about Biden in Morehouse. We can't talk about Biden in Morehouse. Big Bethel is not a building it's not budging from supporting Fani. They have prayed and laid hands on her. They did. And that's part of the problem. First of all, churches should not be political activist locations. A political activist of whatever stripe should not feel like, oh, I'm guaranteed to be supported by this church or this community of people. That shouldn't be the case. And Big Bethel proved that they are not a church of Christ, but rather a political arm of the Democratic Party. That's just it. End of story. Catch me outside. So I wonder if Wade feels like a purchased man. Probably so. Seriously, why would anybody in their right mind put raisins in potato salad? Oh my gosh, we're putting raisins in potato salad? Everybody's in timeout now. What in the world? I don't know how we got here, but shame on y'all. Everybody put yourselves in 1 second timeout. There we go. Yeah, we got to fix that problem. No more of those shenanigans and chicanery. Apparently, she won her debate with Nathan over making him a sandwich. But you know what? First of all, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, Juan. If you watched Nathan Wade's debate with Lindsay Davis, I think it was on ABC, he made it sound like they really didn't have that discussion. I might be like reading into it. Maybe I'm just like putting a little bit more effort into it than needs to be. He made it sound like, to me, my translation was that really didn't happen. That was how I interpreted what Nathan said. But rather, he just didn't want to say, like, Fani made that mess up, because then that would mean she was lying on the stand. I just feel like I got the vibe that really didn't happen, if you will. What are my daughters talking about? They're talking loud. Can y'all hear them? All right. If all fails with Christian, do we back the Republican lady running for DA? Absolutely. I don't support Christian Y. Smith. Christian Y. Smith has he got some very woke ideas, my guy. So we got to talk about that. But I told him, whoever calls Dear Woke C, I'm a hired gun. I'm a political strategist for hire. I'll even let you use the studio at a discounted rate. So I'm a hired gun. This coffee is great. I don't know what I did, but this coffee is the bomb diggity. So back to that. I'm supporting Courtney Kramer, and I want to see a good scrap. I want to see a good fight. I want to see a good political debate. I want to see some people really parse out their ideas. I want those ideas to be laid out in front of the people, and people are able to slice and dice and chop and all that kind of Hotel California, that stuff, till they get something that they want. And I want those political opponents to have to parse through that. I want that. So it was some, I forgot the Sumatra coffee. I got to go look at the brand. I think it's because I haven't had coffee in a couple of days. So this is clearly, fresh coffee to me. I don't know exactly what it was. I have to look that up. I have to look into what it was because I have to figure out what it was. Okay, what's going on, Ricky? What's going on? Christian Y. Smith doesn't fight elections, and constituents don't see a leader in him. He lost to Fani in 2020. He then lost to Jen Jordan in 2022. He debates, but his voters don't buy him, period. And I'm going to go back to my original point. He's not charismatic. He's not selling the idea. He's not selling the sizzle. He's trying to sell the steak. but you got to sell the whole entire experience. And that's the point that we've been saying. Christian Y. Smith is not selling the experience. Yes, thank you so much, Shar. This is Chris from All Things Theology. He's going to be doing, I know he's done several reviews of Jamal Bryant, as well as William Murphy, as well as Mike Todd. That's why we got Atlanta Must Be Stopped. So thank y'all so much for dropping that in the chat. Thank you so much, moderators. Thank you so much. She's considered a legal prodigy. She graduated from Howard and Emory. I think you're talking about Fani, and that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so she did go to Harvard. She did go to Howard, and yeah, so that's what you're talking about. Got you. Okay. Give me some blue and pink, and don't get cheap on me. What is it, blue and pink? What is blue and pink? Y'all are wild. They want a pastor that tells them they can be adulterous and still be accepted by church. No, and that's Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant will never tell somebody that they're wrong for that. I will say that right now. Come on, Juan, stop. It's too early. Stop, Juan. That's still a very fresh wound. Can you help a guy out? Matter of fact, I'm gonna put you in timeout. Juan, you're going in 0-second timeout. Okay, just stop. Let's not do that. That hurt, dear woke Christian. Don't do that to me. Don't hurt to me like that. Let me see what else I got. Good stuff going on in here. I can't stand you, people. Oh! The only reason I'm putting this up here, transplanted Texan, I want you to know, because again, like I told y'all right here, it was too early. This right here is comical. I'm sorry. So I got to give you a little bit of credit. Take my hat off to you. That's kind of funny. Transplanted Texan says, Joe would bring raisin potato salad to Morehouse alumni barbecue. Don't be surprised. I might actually joke about that tomorrow at the alumni meeting. I'm going to be like, hey, yo, is your uncle going to bring potato salad with raisins in it to homecoming? I might actually bring that up. That's actually hilarious. Thank you. Thank you so much, Transplanted Texan. But now I'm going to say, no more Joe Biden and Morehouse jokes. It's not cool. I can't take it. Please stop. I just can't. I'm too fragile at the moment. It's still a soft spot, a sore spot. Oh my gosh. Okay, if that be the case, you know what? I got to be strong. I'm going to try to tough through this, even though y'all keep hurting me with this. Poor DWC. He has to live with Joe as an honorary alumnus. Oh, gosh. Oh, it hurts so much. He deserves like a like or a super chat to help him deal with that. Thank you so much. If you haven't liked this video, at least help me out with a like. At least. Don't cost you a thing. Oh, my gosh. For the right price, they can rent your chat friends too. We come with the studio. Absolutely. I mean, look, can you imagine? Watch this. Courtney Kramer contacts me as her political strategist, and I not only allow her at a discounted rate to utilize Podium Studio, but now she can use the super chat, the live chat, And all of you crazy yahoos come to the live chat to big her up and talk all this kind of craziness like this and talk about potato salad and oven mitts and all this kind of stuff like that. Can you imagine what kind of vibe that would bring to people? Like, man, she's got such a great base. She's connecting with the people. Come on, man. This is a thing. Well, I need to make a package. Like the Dear Woke Christian Community package is for rent for the political season. Come on, man. We can make this thing happen. And we mess around. We can add music. We can drop some tracks. We can give them like the best podcast track. Come on, man. This could be a thing. Guys are crazy, man. Imagine somebody. Juan, come on. Y'all put Juan in the time out. Put Juan in the time out. I can't see. Look, stop his. Juan, it's too soon. I'm too fragile, man. It's just yesterday. Imagine somebody introducing President Joe Biden of Morehouse and HBCU. Next, he'll be pledging guarantee a graduate frat chapter. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why are you people like this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, here it comes. Since y'all are just completely out of it. Thank you so much, retired. Now, granted, I am not a fraternity member, nor do I support the traditional fraternities. I say that Morehouse College itself is the largest fraternity on the planet, and all the other ones are just subsidiaries. But he says, to help get over Biden as your next frat brother. Okay, here it comes. What is the name of the fraternity that Joe Biden will pledge as a grad chapter? What's the name of the fraternity? Have fun, children. Have fun. Have at it, people. Have at it. just go be crazy. All of you, just go be crazy. The live chat is on fire. Yes, Texan, you are correct. Best live chat in the galaxy. E.T. be wanting to come up in here. We got E.T. right here. We got E. Todd. I mean, we got him. He didn't have to phone home. He's right here with us. You have to suck it up, Buttercup. Your institution has its behinds with this one. So, I mean, I can't disagree. I mean, the way you say it, though, is kind of harsh, though. Can you say it nicer, like, please? It's kind of like harsh to me. I don't like the way you're saying it. When my 16-year-old was little, if she was ever scolded, she's like, I don't like the way you're saying that to me. So I'm going to say like Trina, I don't like the way you're saying that to me. Come on. Fly poopy cap. I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to die laughing at y'all. All right. A humada Kamala. You people, Senior Chief, thank you for your support. Thank you so much, sir. All right, let's see. Oh, come on. Don't agree with her, Michelle. Come on, Michelle. Don't do that. I don't like the way you're speaking to me. All right, let's see. Dementia and Depends, fraternal brothers of the Lord and God, our Savior and the Most High Church of God. We're going to have to lowercase some of those terms, though. I got you, though, for sure. Joe Biden would be a Kappa. Did you like how I pulled that out, E.T.? You like how I did that? I said E.T. was in the building. I did that. I rescued that one. I rescued that joke. Okay, here we go. This is craziness. Now that y'all are telling me about Christian Y. Smith, I'm sorry, Joe Biden and his fraternity. Okay, Christian Y. Smith should host a live stream. There, that would do it. That would get him out of it. That would help loosen him up. He would host a live stream. You know what? Christian Y. Smith, hit me up, dearwokec@gmail.com. I will allow you to come on the live stream and the best live chat in the world, along with me. We will just chop it up with you. We can chop it up with you right here, and we will help fine-tune your skills and abilities. Now, granted, we will afford the exact same opportunities to Courtney Kramer as well, or Fani Willis, for a small fee, for the bags of cash. But yeah, we would do that because that's what kind of people we are here at Dear Woke Christian. That's the kind of folk we are. We're all about helping them out. Omega Tau Kappa Theta. Oh, you know the thing. What? Why are y'all like this, man? Who came up with this? Am I missing something? Omega Tau Kappa Theta. Why is the servant's heart getting it, but I don't get it? Uh-oh, I'm missing something. Let me take some coffee. A word from our sponsor. I gotta let that coffee kick in. What did you say? I don't get it. Q, text it to me so I don't seem like an idiot. His fraternity would be Yabba Dabba Doo. Why? And Susie gets it too. Oh man, I really feel like I'm behind the ball now. I really do. Before he comes on, you need to sit with him over lunch so we know he's quirks. But y'all not going to avoid him though. That's the thing, Michelle. I told y'all that I was hurt about Morehous, and y'all are still doing it. Y'all still stabbing me. Rick, thank you so much, man.
Rico.
See, Ricky knows how to win me back over. Ricky knows how to get on my good side. He's got the good comedy. He said, Fanny's buying you a sandwich. Come on now. Ricky, that's it right there. That's my guy. I like Ricky. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Thank you so much.
Rico.
Why are you people like this? Oh my gosh, man, y'all are ridiculous. Again, I'm going to say this again. This is my 19th time saying it today. This live chat is just out of control. I mean, the fact that you all, I very rarely ever see contention and cantankerousness and going back and forth and being ugly with one another, if you will. I see just, I mean, you people just, hands down, if I could hang out with any live chat on the planet, I'm not trying to be funny, I would hang out with this live chat and have wings with this live chat for sure. Corn Pop Gamma. Y'all are, why do y'all keep calling him Corn Pop? Yesterday, there was a lot of Corn Pop comments. I was like, why did I miss something? Hairy Glistening Legs Fraternity. What's wrong with you people? Why are you people like this? Oh my gosh. Juan, thank you so much, man.
Rico.
Oh my gosh. He says, for dear old Christians, airfare to fun to DC to chop it up with Dr. Joe. Oh man, it's 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Don't do it to me. Do I got to go visit him? Well, according to Dr. Thomas wants him to come back to Morehous again. So he said, may this not be your last trip. So maybe he'll come to homecoming. What if Joe came to homecoming with the potato salad with the raisins in it? What's going on? Just an average man came through. What you saying there, my friend? Thank you so much.
Rico.
Oh, from Just Average Man. It could be worse. They could ask you to mentor. Oh, man. Him, Biden. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine teaching Joe, dear old Morehous? Oh, there's going to be a lot of bad jokes tomorrow. I'm going to tell you that right now. I might live stream the alumni meeting because there's going to be so many. I got so many jokes about this. Like, guys, y'all do realize that your uncle's going to come to homecoming, right? Has anybody sent him his jacket? Oh, there's going to be so many bad jokes. Oh, there's so many bad jokes. We've seen too many. I saw one, and that's all I needed. Susie, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Susie said, we've seen too many Biden speeches. Let me tell you, that one yesterday, because first of all, it wasn't a commencement speech. It was a campaign speech. And it was bad. I was like, man, this is horrible. And I watched it 3 times. So that's how bad it was. I was like, I'm emotionally distraught after that thing. It was really, really bad. But, oh my goodness. Is Kenya paying? What in the world? Thank you so much, Kenya. Kenya says, Joe Biden is the most remarkable Morehous man alive. Freaky Joe. He can't be the most remarkable. I got 25 years on him. No, I know I'm at least a little bit more remarkable than Joe is. Now, granted, I might not be as well known as Joe, and nobody's doing videos about my commencement speech, but hey, I'm trying my best here. Oh my gosh, why are you people like this? Oh my goodness. He'll be the homecoming king, of course. Please, no. I am going to be cracking so many jokes tomorrow. I'm going to say, hey, what dorm would Biden stay in? Now that he's an alumni. Like, I'm gonna have so many bad jokes tomorrow. I might have to write them down. how how could you watch it 3 times? Now, oh gosh. So I watched it with you all initially. I cut it out and watched it again after graduation was over and we shut off the live stream. I clipped that section out and I watched it again to kind of make sure I had a good understanding of it. And then I had kind of compared it to the message from Clark Atlanta University. And then I watched it again with y'all last night. So that's why I watched it 3 times. But I would much rather have watched Dr. Black's than that one 3 times anyway. Remarkable doesn't always mean a good thing. That's true. That is a true statement, retired. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know what dorm. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Jason should be celebrating Morehouse. Morehouse Fawn. Who's that? Yeah, my job is terrible, man. I'm telling you. It was terrible. Yes, he could see those chairs. He could. Because let me show you. So the students that were, I got a picture. It's not the picture from, here, I'll drop a picture in here real quick. Hold on one second. All right, because I did a community post kind of showing what graduation would look like. And where'd the picture go though, Jason? Here, let me just find a community post. Sorry about that. And I will let you know that I'm going to probably be doing, I need to start working on my next Dusty Comments unit. I haven't done a Dusty Comments in a while. So I do have the spirit to do one though. I want to do one. So I'll be working on that as well. Okay, so here is, let me put this in real quick. All right, so you can see this right here. Everybody can see that right there. So where these, can you just real quick, can you tell me y'all can see that? Okay, so where these degrees are sitting right here, that's to the left of where Joe Biden was standing. So all these white chairs, he could see all those white chairs. So when a student turned around, he could see that. And a lot of them were turned around with like, flags and other kind of shenanigans like that. So if you can see right here, so that's where all those white chairs are. And then of course the black chairs to the right, those are where all of the alumni were sitting, all the different classes and such. So yeah, he could see that. Now, whether or not he could zero in on it and really focus in on who it was and whatnot, I don't know. But I think you would be able to see it. There were quite a few of them, to be honest with you. I think you could probably see quite a few humans that have literally turned their backs on you. So I think that's probably how he saw it. And but you got to imagine that the president has been in, you probably got to have some pretty thick skin to be the president. So you probably ignore a lot of that. You've probably seen all kinds of things as a president while you're giving a speech and a lecture and whatnot. So I'm sure you probably, just ignore it and keep it moving. That'd be my little 2 cents. Yeah, and Juan said the sad part of his speech was a lot of it was from another speech that he gave. The other speech he gave Saturday. A lot of that came from the speech on Saturday at the museum in D.C. It was not an original. Friday. It wasn't an original speech by any shape or measure. But even more than that, you're talking about how the world is against Black men while you're celebrating them overcoming the idea of being in college. Why would you not celebrate that? Why would you literally give a victimhood Olympic speech rather than a victorious you've overcome? Why would you not do that? Even on a secular sense, even on just a basic plane of just being a good human. Why would you want to talk about the fact that the world is against you and black men are getting shot in the streets and this, that, and the other? What are you talking about? Why are you not celebrating the fact that we have graduated and we are going to now be moving into a new space as graduates? Why would you not focus on that, Joe? Again, whoever is Joe Biden's speechwriters, I hope they don't have jobs today. Number one, they should not have jobs. If they got jobs, that's on you. That's your fault. Two for one speech special. I hope not. That was terrible. It was horrible. Oh, no. So he's carrying on the tradition of another Morehouse brother, MLK. Y'all are wild. I guess it is too much to ask him to memorize 2 speeches in a month. You're right. You're right. You're correct. We need to give him space. We need to recognize his skills and abilities and say, hey, this is the best he can do. Let's let it ride. Flags that country, that's a part. I'm sorry, let me get this person. Flags from countries that love to cut off U.S. Christians' heads while listening to a preacher in Georgia. Super insane. The amount of insanity is just amazing. I just can't. I can't explain it. It is amazing. So, yeah, man. Like when I graduated on May 16th, 1999, on May 17th, I had to start a job. I started a job on May 17th. And I didn't have any time to just like chill and hang out or anything like that. I hung out on Sunday and woke up the next morning and had to start a new job. And that Monday. And instead of giving these young men something to boost them off, to shut the books and close the door of their college experience, Joe Biden got up there and just mumbled on about how great he is, why they should hire him, and that your life is going to be terrible if you don't hire me. And I don't know why, for the life of me, I would love, please, let President Thomas come to the alumni meeting tomorrow and be open to answer questions, please. If y'all could just stretch your hands toward Dear Woke Christian, just pray that. Let me put in the Hammond B3, because I really want to be able to ask questions tomorrow. Because please, here we go. There. What's going on? Is that Phil in the building? Phil Holloway? Good to see you, man. Good afternoon. Grace and peace, sir. Yeah, please, Lord, please, y'all, let Dr. Thomas come to the alumni meeting to talk about this tomorrow, just to chat it up, because I would love to ask him, sir, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Oh my gosh. Y'all, real quick, thank you so much, Susie Q. You beat me to it. I was already talking. Thank you so much. Phil Holloway from Inside the Law is a fantastic legal mind. I've learned a lot from him, even though I'm a pre-K law student. I'm the top of my pre-K law student class because of people like Phil Holloway. So check him out. I'm going to bring it back up. Sorry about that. Check out Phil's channel, Inside the Law. Thank you so much, Susie Q and the moderators, for dropping his link in there. Fantastic legal mind. He knows what he's talking about, unlike your favorite YouTuber over here who doesn't know what he's talking about. But I do like talking, so there's the victory. Here's my victory right there. All right. Did anybody hear Biden say that kids were stirring in cars? Oh my gosh. Biden said kids were sitting in cars at McDonald's to get Wi-Fi. He talked about people being impoverished in one voice, but with the other, he said people were doing great. I really want to, I really probably am going to have to ban all Morehouse, all Biden conversations from now on, because what that man said yesterday was so racist. What Joe Biden said was so nose blind. What he said was so egregious that literally when Dr. Thomas conferred on him the rights and responsibilities of an alumni, I think I was crying. I really think I cried on camera because I worked hard for my degree. I was broke. I ain't gonna lie. I tell y'all in a heartbeat. Uh, Mama, dear woke Christian, will tell you in a second. She didn't give me a dime. I had to pay for that myself. And so I'm a proud Silver alumni. For this dude to get the same rights and responsibilities that I have as an alumni is preposterous. Now, again, I understand it's ceremonial. I understand it's just an honorary, but it's a slap in the face to all those other men who have worked so hard to be Morehouse men. I'm not going to turn this into a rant, but for that man to get up there and be like, we got kids sitting outside McDonald's to get Wi-Fi. My dude, there's Wi-Fi everywhere. Shut up. That's just stupid. Okay? That's just dumb. Wi-Fi is almost ubiquitous like water at this point. Sure, there are some situations, I got you. But the vast majority of people have access to Wi-Fi. Doggone it, they got it on public transportation, my guy. You're making it sound, but why talk about that when you're celebrating people who have just completed 4 years of college, because a lot of those were COVID graduates. They completed 4 years of college. They mustered together better than $100,000 for 4 years of college at Morehouse. And you busy talking about people that ain't got no money. Boy, shut up. Just, it was gross. It was so gross. And my name is Jason, dearwokesy@gmail.com. I'm an alumni of Morehouse College, class of 1999. If you got problems with me, concerns, questions, or comments, you can email me, or I can say you're an alumni tomorrow. Because I'm going alumni tomorrow, because I got questions. What in the world were you thinking? Oh my gosh. It was so gross. And I'm like, why would I want to hear this on the day I'm celebrating completing my degree? Why is this something? What are you smoking to think that I would want to hear this? Like your speechwriters, again, if Joe Biden's speechwriters still have jobs today, that's a shame. That's a shame. If Joe's speechwriters still got jobs and they're not working at Quick Trip or Zaxby's at this point, then that's on him because they should be fired. Because I'm talking about people that completely missed the mark. There was nothing exciting. There was nothing energetic. There was nothing inspiring or passionate or anything of that nature. Joe Biden talking about losing his son. He's talking about writing a book. He's talking about how him and Kamala talk about HBCUs around the office. Sir, none of that stuff bothered me. None of that stuff related to me. None of that stuff. I didn't care. That was terrible. Man, I was really, okay. All right, we got to go somewhere else. Okay, now let me tell you this about the clapping, the applause. Right before I went live yesterday, so I went live like around 8:45-ish, I think. Around 8:30, they got on and they addressed the audience and asked them actually to not clap. Now, I don't know if it was like to not, I don't know why clapping would have been any, I don't know. I have no idea. But if you go back and if you go to Morehouse's YouTube channel, go to yesterday's commencement, start from the beginning and you'll see them. It's like a 2-minute little section where they explain like they don't want you to clap and do a lot of, because again, parents, I'll be honest with you, it's a celebration. It is a thing, okay? Remember the Clark Atlanta that we watched? That's what graduation is usually like. It's a lot of high energy. It's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of just, I mean, come on, your son, your grandson, your nephew, your brother, your dad is graduating from college. And there's usually a lot of chicanery. I mean, there's a lot of balloons and bullhorns. I mean, it's crazy sometimes. It's not like out of control ruckus, but I mean, it's a celebration of these men's accomplishment. 415 men started in 2020 and now finished in 2024. That's amazing because not a lot of people start and finish in 4 years or more. Ask your guy about that. And they get up here. So they ask them not to. So the reason why, to their defense, they ask them not to do a lot of that. I don't fully understand why. I don't know why. but they asked him not to do a lot of clapping. Because again, usually if you go back and look at like 2023 or 2022, those were one of the first years post-COVID. Go back and watch 2018 graduation. It's crazy. If you can find 2019, let me know. I'm sorry, if you can find 1999, let me know, because I haven't even seen it. But it's a celebration. So that's it. Okay. Oh, all right. You say he probably wrote it himself. Okay, who did I have this discussion with today? We had like a deep conversation about whether or not Joe Biden wrote his own speech. I don't know if he wrote it. I kind of hope he did, because it was really that dumb. But it is what it is. He did start out talking about death. You're right. It was completely nose blind. If we go back and watch the gentleman from Clark, Atlanta, sure, his theology was a little bit wonky. Sure, he threw in some woke ideology in there. He had some theological issues. Sure, but you can't lie and say that man did not get that crowd hyped up about being graduates. Because then imagine after the commencement speech, that's when they come up and get their degrees. So you got them all excited and the parents are all excited, and then you bring them up there on the stage and they get their degree. Man, it's crazy. So yeah, Morehous did themselves no favors yesterday. And again, I stand by what I said. It was the worst thing that they could have done by having Joe Biden come be commencement speaker. And I hope that they never do that kind of dumb stuff again, even if it is a political season, even if it is, the right kind of thing to have a politician give the address. Unless the politician is House, unless the politician understands the Atlanta University Center and the dynamics of Morehouse College, don't bring them in here. We need people to be excited when they leave from here. Because when they leave from here, you know what we need them to do? We need them to send that check. We need them to send them alumni dues. We need them to support the school in the various and sundry ways. If they feel excited about it and they're like all amped up when they leave out of there, they're going to leave on a positive note. If they're leaving out of there all doom and gloom, like the world is against me and how dare, that person looked at me strange, they're not going to be in as much of an excited position moving forward. When they leave from there, I know tons of brothers that don't go back to school at all, and they live here in Atlanta. They never go back. They did not enjoy it, and they don't have positive feelings. You got to keep me away. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. We also, black folk, are known for the call and response, good or bad. There we go. There was none of that. Joe Biden, again, I'm just going to say it again. They've had people of less melanin before who were good commencement speakers. Joe Biden was just, there was nothing that was the right mix. There was no reason to have Joe Biden be there yesterday. I'm just going to keep saying that. And I mean, there was no reason. It's over now. It's done. But there was no reason to have him there. And I don't know if that conversation has been had either with the alumni, with the admin, or whomever, and like thought about why did we have him here? Like that maybe we need to have that honest question. Why did we have Joe Biden here? What was the purpose of? What was the benefit? What was the ROI for having Joe Biden there? What was it? Because I can't see anything. Now I see Joe Biden got something out of it, but I don't see any reason why. Okay. I really want to see Fani do a commencement speech. It's going to be a one-way conversation still, but I would love to hear what she would talk about. Because truthfully, I can't see her doing anything different, truth be told. Her or Kamala, that being the case. I can't see them doing something that's vastly different than what Joe Biden did. It might have a little bit more swag to it. It might have a little bit more ambiance to it, or femininity, or black girl magic, but I can't see it being better than that. I really can't. Maybe we'll do like a commencement review. Okay, let's get that. Let's go. It may just be the prestige of us having a sitting president. The cost of having Joe Biden come to Morehouse College yesterday far outweighed the benefit of him being a sitting president. Now watch this. If Joe Biden had come and watch this, if Joe Biden had come and gave a fantastic, well-constructed commencement speech, and he doesn't have to be, all flamboyant like the guy from Clark Atlanta, but if he just gave a well thought out commencement speech to those men, I would have something different to say. But it was just a campaign speech. It was literally, like I think Retired said, is basically something that he's done already. It was one of the speeches from earlier. It's nothing more. I guarantee if we could find Joe Biden giving a political speech on Friday, it probably was akin to what he did say yesterday at Sunday. So it wasn't like it was well thought out. Well, it wasn't crafted for Morehous. It wasn't crafted for commencement. It was just a political speech, a campaign speech. Vote for me. If you don't vote for me, the world's going to end. But if he had done that, maybe the cost would be worth it. But the cost of all of the bad will that for the last 2 weeks that has started brewing, so much that people are thinking they're going to riot at the school and all of this kind of craziness going on, the cost of that. And now people looking at President Thomas sideways, people looking at admin sideways, the professors and the faculty were divided. Of course, the students were in disagreement. All of those complexities. What was the value? What was the value? Just to say that you had a sitting president, whom the most popular president on the planet, the most the highest vote receiving president ever? What did you get from that, though? What did it give you, though? It wasn't like he did anything beneficial. It wasn't like he gave something to the school that added value to the school. It's just he was a sitting president. He spoke. And the only reason people are talking about it is because Jason hated it. And Jason thinks that the school was stupid for doing that. That's the only reason we're even talking about it. Jason, shouldn't the graduates have a choice? The graduates should have a choice. No. Because, you're never going to get, that's 415. You're never going to get 415 people or even a really good consensus to agree. Because also keep in mind, the commencement speaker is also for the alumni. It's for the children that are graduating, but it's also for the alumni that have graduated, because those men, if they don't live in town, they've flown in, they've driven in to be a part of their reunion year. So if that be the case, it might be beneficial for you to have a speaker that speaks to both of those groups of people. Okay, so for example, a Drake, a famous rapper or somebody, Kendrick Lamar or somebody like that, somebody with little in their name. The children might really respect that. They might go, oh man, the school is so cutting edge. That's so cool. Well, the alumni are like, who is this? Why that person look like that? Who is that? What are they talking about? Is that English? What are they talking about? Because you need the alumni, because alumni are the ones that support the school. So you got to make sure they feel good about it. So you need somebody that can bridge both of those areas. Joe Biden did none of that. So I don't know why they did it. Again, in my opinion, it was a boneheaded idea. I will say it emphatically. No, Phil, don't come up here. No, sir. No, sir. Phil come up here trying to steal my mods. Man, mods, put Phil in the 0-second timeout. Put Phil in the timeout. Inside the law is inside timeout. 0 seconds. Don't come over here trying to steal my mods. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm just messing with you. All right. But back to the point, Todd, to a degree, sure, the graduates should have a word to say. But at the end of the day, the admin, it is a business decision. It's a business decision. And I just don't see what was the ROI for having Joe. I could see, watch this, if they said they were going to have Elon Musk, I can totally see why you would have Elon Musk speak at graduation. If you're going to have Gary Vaynerchuk, I can totally see why you would have Gary Vaynerchuk come and speak at graduation. I can see why you have Dave Ramsey come and speak at graduation. Totally can see it. Totally can see why you would consider them. What was the benefit of having Joe? Especially, what was Joe doing a year ago? And this is my question to Dr. Thomas. What was Joe Biden doing a year ago that made you say, this would be a great guy to have at graduation? This guy would really, what was it? Was it the $3.97 gas? Was it the $5 loaf of bread? Was it the $7 dozens of eggs? What was it that made you say, this is a great guy to come? Because now it's $4.50 for gas, dang near one of my kids for a loaf of bread, and I can't even think about eggs. So what was it? I don't get it. What were you thinking? Because the war is ancillary, and the war is just a secondary issue. There's so many other things, so many other problems. And do not get me started talking about the deletion of babies. Do not get me started on the war on black men. Don't even get me started. I will not start. Because my name is Jason, dearwolksy@gmail.com. I will absolutely go on for 2 more days about that. Because, again, there's no reason. I don't understand what they wanted Joe to do. Phil doesn't know how to drop a wrench. Okay, so if you go to your, I'll do this real quick. Phil, if you go to your studio inside of YouTube and you go under settings, and you'll see what's called a community. Or actually, I'm sorry, you can do, I'll show you this way. Let me show you like this so you can, I'll show you how to do it in real time, because this is a little bit easier for you, Phil. I apologize. So let me pull this up. All right. All right. So, Phil, look, I'm doing a tutorial here, Phil, so I'm going to help you out, my guy. All right. So this is the video. There's that handsome guy right there. This is really weird. This looks crazy because I'm looking at myself. Okay. So over here on the side, this is the live chat. It is bananas. It's going crazy. So what you'll do is you just click on, like Susie Q right here. There's 3 buttons. You click on it, and down here it says, well, that one, I can't remove her. I don't want to remove her. We're going to make texting for a second. Did you put Phil in timeout texting like I told you? Okay, so then now, so it says right here, it says make as a moderator, add as a moderator. So click on moderator, and they're just a standard moderator. So bang, and then you hit save. And now when I refresh, you notice Texan now has a little wrench next to his name. And that's how you do it, Phil. Look, man, don't let it be said that dear old Christian, well, is processing slow. But that thing is making my brain crazy. I got to move that out of here. Before I go banana, that's crazy. It's like an infinite loop or something. All right. So that's how you do it, Phil. Hopefully that helped you out there, brother. Grace and peace, my friend. Don't let it be said that dear old Christian is not about helping out the people. The people get helped over here at DWC. So hopefully, let me know if that worked for you, my friend. By the time he gets into timeout, he's already out of timeout. Absolutely. All right. Okay, Juan. Well played, Juan. That is true, Juan. Thank you so much, Juan. It could have been worse. Nathan or Fani could have been speaking. You know, those highly qualified people. Okay, I know this is going to sound bad. Joe Rogan would be interesting. I don't know if Joe Rogan's a good... You know what? I'm going to give Joe Rogan an opportunity. You know why? Joe Rogan understands the room, and I would think, this is my thought, if Joe Rogan was tapped to be commencement speaker, Joe Rogan would do his due diligence to be more entreating and understand the whole situation. Again, the Clark Atlanta Morehous dynamics, the how long it usually takes to get out of an HBCU, the whole COVID thing. I really think I'm going to give Joe Rogan, I think he might have been okay. I would hope. That's my hope against hope. Okay, here, going back to Fani and Nathan. I don't know about Nathan. I think Fani would probably be a charismatic speaker. I know. And she probably, well, one thing for sure, she understands the HBCU dynamic. So all the little quibs between HBCUs and which one is better than the other one, she would already know those natively. So though I don't think Fani is a good debater, I think she probably would be okay as a commencement speaker. That's just my little 2 cents. I know I'm double-minded. I know, but I think that would work. That would be my 2 cents. What is it? What is that? What did I see? Okay. I think I got everybody. Y'all, thank you so much, man. This was a lot of fun. Again, I just wanted to look at Christian Y. Smith. I thought it was fun to look at the little presser that he did today. I thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to better understand, like, what are you thinking about his strategy? What do you think about his approach to, telling Fani that she needs to step down the night before the election? It was the night before election and all through the presser. Like, what were your thoughts on that? And then, of course, we got a little bit off task talking about Joe Biden being a Morehous alumni now. And it still stings. But to God be the glory. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward. I really hope that President Thomas comes tomorrow. Or at least we're able to ask questions about that. Fani can read a script with enthusiasm, which is depending on a great writer. Yeah, that's fair. That's what I'm saying. Like, from my understanding, again, I could be wrong. I'm not supporting Joe Rogan in all that he does. All I'm saying is Joe Rogan seems to be a well thought out podcaster, content creator. Personally, I think Shannon Sharp would be hilarious as a commencement speaker. I think he would be hilarious. And being the fact that he's from Augusta, Georgia, I believe, or Savannah, one of the other, he's from Georgia. I think that wouldn't be bad. I think it'd be great. I mean, I could think of a lot of people who would be really good commencement speakers. Don't tell them I said this. I think the lead attorney would probably be hilarious. And again, just connecting with the audience. That's the thing. You in that space, you have to connect with this whole group of people. So there was 425 graduates, let's just say 200 alumni. So 615 people. You got to connect with them really personally because all of them understand the dynamics of completing Morehous and completing at a HBCU. And if you can really connect with them like that, they're in your hands. They're in your hands. And you can just move them however you want to. You got it. But again, Morehous dropped the ball. That's all I'm going to say. It would be a riot. It would be hilarious. I think it would be great. I mean, there's a lot of people that I think would. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all put Juan in the chat, and however many times y'all put Juan in the chat, that's how long he gonna be in timeout. Juan, you got to go in timeout, my guy. You got to go. No, we can't have Terrence Bradley in there. Y'all put Juan's name in the chat 100 times or 3,000 times. Juan, you got to go to timeout, man. You got to go. You got to go, man. Why would you put Terrence Bradley in there? I mean, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And then you got to count it up, and then you divide it by the same number, multiply, and then divide and subtract, and then that's how many times you got to be in timeout, man. We are marked safe from time. Well, Juan got to go to timeout, though. He at least got to go. He at least got to go to timeout. He at least got to go. Man, y'all out of control, man. Y'all are wild. I love this time. I love this chat. I'm telling you. Okay, so back to my final point. I think there's definitely some better conveyors of ideas, better speakers, better, titans of industry that could have been a wonderful, and again, when you think about the fact that the first year of the class of 2024's freshman year was spent online. So there was a lot of confusion with C19 and all that kind of stuff like that. Why not give them just a huge boost by giving them a good speaker to encourage, to edify, who could understand them, all that kind of stuff like that, and just make it enjoyable? Why not? Y'all brought Joe Biden up in here. I'm still, for the life of me, I don't think I will ever be able to understand that. Even if somebody could roll back the tape to the day that, they called Morehous or Morehous called them to have this discussion, I still, for the life of me, I just don't think I can understand it. I just don't think my mind can comprehend. What were you thinking? And that's that, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. Y'all, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Hey, y'all, remember to hit that like button before you before you end up in timeout. That's a guaranteed way to stay out of timeout is to hit the like button. And then also not to be Juan, because Juan, he needs to stay in timeout. This rascal just said, oh my gosh. I'm so sick of you. I'm sick of you. I'm so sick of you. I'm so sick of you, Juan. Juan said, Dr. Joe Biden pardoned me from timeout. Y'all, I can't stand you. Then you said Dr. Joe Biden. That hurt, man. That's a little extra. That's an extra jab, man. That's an extra jab. Oh my gosh. Don't encourage this shenanigans, E. Todd. Please stop. Y'all, you have to realize that you have the power to encourage shenanigans and hijinks in the live chat. And if you continue to support that kind of stuff, I can't support you supporting that kind of silliness in the live chat. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got to do better. We got to do better. Person. Okay, I might have to end this because now clearly y'all are supporting craziness now. Y'all are supporting insubordination in the live chat. It was kind of funny though. I know. I can admit when it's funny. I can recognize humor. Humor recognizes humor. That's cool. But it's still wrong. Joe pardoned him. What are you talking about? You people are a mess. Yo, I really do appreciate y'all though. And I want to say this a third time, maybe the multiple time. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate all of you all that have liked these videos, that watch the videos, hang out with us, and that comment. Thank you so much for commenting in the chat. I got a video now, man. Y'all have just been going bananas commenting in that thing. And I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I told y'all my goal this month was 500,000 views. I was trying to get trying to get 500,000 views on a video or on the whole month of May. Please forgive me. And y'all, I'm getting real close to it. So I really appreciate you. I thank you so much for everybody to subscribe, to hit the bell notification, all that kind of jazz like that. It means a lot. And I will say this. You know what, Juan? Now you out of, there you go. That's the way to get out of timeout is by stating a truth. And Wanda stated a truth, a fact that's indisputable. We're actually going to get it carved in granite. The best live chat on the planet. There you go. What were the girls I'm supposed to name? What was the names I'm supposed to give the girls? What do you mean, Todd? I don't know what you mean. But I do want to say that I'm looking forward to, okay, so tomorrow is the election in Fulton County. I do have an alumni meeting tomorrow, but if I have to, I will, if it's good, we might be up here at midnight because I think if it's a good result or a satisfying result, we will definitely talk about it on Tuesday night. On Thursday, the Georgia Senate is having a special meeting to talk about the Fani Willis situation. I'm probably just going to live stream that. I'm just going to probably live stream it because if the person that they're going to be talking to is who I think it is, it's going to be pretty wild. It's not going to be funny, but it's going to be pretty good. So we might just do a watch party for that. So just be ready. As soon as I know for a fact, if I'm understanding correctly, it's supposed to be about 12 p.m. around lunchtime. I'll probably know around 11:30. I'm going to put together a thumbnail. I have a community post ready to go out. So if you hit the notification to notify you of everything that comes on, or the bell, you'll know about it. And if Christian Y. Smith gets at least 20% of the votes on Tuesday or wins, on Friday, I am going to go to the Youth Crime Prevention Center that was started and then kind of like quashed and nothing has happened of it. I will go down there and do a live stream from there on Friday because I'm petty. So that's that. Man, we got so much stuff going on. We have so much stuff to do over here. We got a lot to do over here, team. We got so much. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, because my daughter said that. nickname they wanted, like the Swifties. Okay. Oh, for the name of no, I've not thought about that. Because Trina was just rambling. Trina just talks, by the way. I love that girl, but she just be yapping. She just be talking. Like, what are you talking about? Stop it. So I don't know. We'll have to do some work on that. Yes. Oh my gosh. There's something going on in Dalton tonight. So man, we got a lot to do. So I will keep you posted on that because, like I said, I got some very strong possibles as it relates to collaborations and guests coming on the show. So we got a lot to do, people. We got to get this work done. I'm doing my best to keep it out there for you. But I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, Transplanted Texan. Thank you always. Thank you always, Todd. I really appreciate having you on the team. We want a name, Jason. Well, Q, help me out. Help me out here. We're going to figure it out. The pen pals. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Thank you so much, Retired. I thank you so much for you all hanging out with me and this kind of stuff. Angel Wings in the building. Always good. Another fantastic moderator that has really helped. The moderators are a blessing. I'm telling you right now, I would be cattywampus and crazy if it wasn't for you all. So thank you all, Susie and Shara and all of you all. If I forgot one of your names, it doesn't mean I don't care. It just means that I forgot because I'm getting old and my coffee's getting to the bottom of the cup. But y'all are wild. Stop talking about Joe pardoning people. Stop it. Yeah, I appreciate y'all so much. Let's do this. I'm gonna go feed my children. I'm gonna cook some dinner and find out what they want to eat. And if something pops off in Dalton, just be ready. I might just throw it up there without even a thumbnail. I might just jump on and just get started. But until next time. So tomorrow, hopefully, by the time I get back from my meeting, should be about 9:00. Hopefully we'll know what's going on with Fulton County D.A. and they won't be arresting your boy because I'll actually be in Fulton County tomorrow. So hopefully they won't arrest your guy because that would be terrible. But we'll get on and talk about it. And again, if Christian Y. Smith gets at least 20%, and we'll round it up. If it's 19.8, we'll round it up. I'm going to go on Friday to the Youth Crime Prevention Center and do a live stream from there, just because I'm petty. Y'all, thank you so much. Every last one of you. I really do appreciate it. What did I miss? Did I miss something in here? Beach Chat, DWC, and the amazing, there we go. And the amazing mods. Have a wonderful evening. Until next time, blessings to all. I like how you did that. And we're going to end on that, D. Thank you so much, everybody. Grace and peace. Take care.